Blaring Out Show.
John is the lead singer of a supergroup called Osaka Popstar, and it is a supergroup.
Yeah, I suppose you could say so. I mean, Osaka Popstar, more than anything, is kind of this multimedia music and art project of mine. And you are correct that it's a supergroup in the sense that I was fortunate enough that my debut album, my backing band, were all legends of punk that liked what I was doing and felt like this would be something cool and fun to be a part of. So the debut album, Osaka Popstar and the American Legends of Punk, is myself on vocals, which is the mainstay in Osaka Popstar, with Jerry Only from the Misfits on bass, Des Cadena from the Misfits and Black Flag on guitar, Ivan Julian from the Voidoids on guitar. He's also played with Matthew Sweet and The Clash, and Johnny Ramone, who is a phenomenal drummer, by the way, on drums. So the lineup will continue to change, as the lineup changed on that record. Not a lot of people realize this, but a lot of the roles would interchange and different people would play on different songs, and that'll be the continuation of Osaka Popstar with a lot of other people in the lineup, some of which will be here today for some of the newer recordings.
Sweet. And can you tell us who those people will be?
Not yet.
Okay. and then you have a music video. You have a couple music videos that I'm pretty enthralled with. One of them is Marching to Hell, which is a cover song.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing song. What made you pick that song to cover?
That's called Wicked World, and it was written by Daniel Johnston. Daniel Johnston is sometimes categorized as an outsider artist. One day I was listening to a station I love called WFMU, and in the middle of the night they played this block of Daniel Johnston songs, and what they really are is a very sincere, brilliant songwriter singing and playing at either a lone organ or piano with a little tape recorder recording it, nothing fancy, very lo-fi, but the music is just so brilliant and the performance is just so heartfelt that it hits you really hard. The first time I heard that song, I'd always wanted to cover it. I always wanted to do a Ramones-like interpretation of the song, and fortunately, you know, maybe 15, 20 years after the fact, I actually wound up doing it.
Do you think that song, that when he wrote that song, that he was mocking Christianity, or that there was actually, like, he actually thinks that people are marching to hell, or that he doesn't? It's a mockery, or it's like, hey, this world is so bad that these people just don't care. They're marching their way to hell.
Well, I'm very impressed. Very good question, Eric. Not many people tap into that. I can't say for sure, and I've never questioned Daniel about it, but I believe that there is, because I think that there's a duality to it, to be honest with you. I think that there is some serious approach where Daniel was raised very Christian fundamentalist, and I think that some of the roots of that come into play, but in the same respect, Daniel also felt that he was persecuted for not following a certain path, so I think that there's a little bit of like an angel on the shoulder and a devil on the shoulder all at the same time within that song. But ultimately, I think the message of the song is ironic, and it's kind of pointing out, you know, the badness in the world, and that maybe sometimes things that you perceive as bad aren't as bad as you think they might be.
And then you also have a music video for this song about the insects are going to get you.
Yeah. Insects.
What? Okay, is that the real title?
The title of the song is Insects.
Okay.
And the song was written by the kids of Whitney High. The kids of Whitney High is a high school for mentally challenged and physically handicapped kids here in Los Angeles. And their teacher, Michael Monaghan, came in and found that the kids were coming out of their shell more and more by doing music. So he decided it would be fun for them and great for the class to start writing songs. They did. Everybody took to it really well. They wrote a lot of great songs together. They've recorded albums, they do live shows, and I thought Insects was a really cool song, and again, I thought it would be great to do sort of an intense, punky cover of it. It translated, in my opinion, really well. Oddly enough, well, not oddly enough in my perception, but maybe the rest of the world, it charted on radio, which I was really proud of, and, you know, it was originally done by the kids of Whitney High. Their version sounds a little more Talking Heads, where my version is a little bit more like, you know, Ramones, but through the Osaka Popstar blender. And I was really happy to do it, and I think it's a fun song, and I was thrilled to see it chart, because one of my concepts with Osaka Popstar is that I wanted to take a lot of things that I love that aren't necessarily widely accepted by the mainstream, because they might not be, for the average person, socially acceptable or accessible or what we would normally perceive as like normal, but I see them in a totally different way. So I thought, I want to put my own spin on this and do it in such a way that's almost like a Trojan horse for outsider art, and I think it worked.
The Blaring Out Show.